Alright guys, we got Hammertown in our background. This is the day before King of the Motos race and this rebuild is done. I got the motor back installed, got the new starter in there, and that has been very stressful. Alright, 2 days out and we're pulling the motor, not even in my own garage. So kind of did a bunch of tests and figured out that the starter was in fact bad. So something to keep in mind for you guys doing maintenance on your bike a lot. Replace this bushing this connects to. The top one on mine, you can see it actually fell out of the case. So you can see there, that shouldn't be loose. That piece should actually be in there, so now that's a little ovaled out. So you can replace these with a brass one, or a bronze one, and then I think you're supposed to grease them every now and then. And that should help you not burn out your starter motor, because I think that ovaled out and it got messed up and burned out the starter motor when I tried it a bunch of times. So yeah, we got to pull the motor and get to it. So while I'm in here, I'm going to replace this 30 watt stator with this Trail Tech 100 watt stator. That way the battery stays charged longer. And also, I believe this relay rectifier, this aftermarket one that comes with the kit, allows it turns the fan off when the bike turns off. Whereas right now, you turn the bike off and the fan keeps running and it's just draining the battery that way. So we're gonna try this system as a nice hard enduro upgrade. You can see I've got my spare brake lever, shifter lever, zip tied in there. So if I need to in the race, I'll whip out my knife out of the pad pack, cut this, and install it. Here's the starter motor that's burnt up. I bought the OEM replacement one, and I bought the Tusk one first, but I got a little scared and ended up just buying the OEM one. This is like 50 bucks. That's like 200. They look almost identical. The OEM one has little markings on them. If you can see, probably can't see that. You probably see it better on the dirty one. It has like little markings on it for lining stuff up, but I don't know. Let me know if you've run the Tusk one and how your results were. I think it was definitely easier to take the motor out because I ended up doing new radiator hoses and everything. Instead of just trying to prop the motor up in the frame, I think it was easier to just pull it. It was actually kind of fun to to get it out, but we got it done. So I'm just gonna walk you through the different things I did to this bike rebuild to get it, race ready and everything. So the main thing is pulling the whole motor out and putting a new starter in there. So I got a new trail jammer cover on there just to be safe. S3 pegs, those are the same ones. Those have been holding up good. The track shock from Deja and the 4500 Pro kit. New oil and seals in there, so it's running good. And I did that like a week or two before the race, so I could kind of break in the seals and get it running a little bit plusher. Straight off a rebuild, they're a little bit harder, I feel like. Got the yellow stripe Mitas MX MH on here. This is a good compound. I like this medium, kind of not soft, not hard compound. This has kind of been my favorite. I haven't tried it at Motos yet, King of Motos, but I have tried this 454 here. I raced last year on it. It worked, 2021 on it. You can see it's very soft, but it's because the knobs are big, it's not insanely folding, and because the quality is so good on this rubber, they don't rip off. So the terrain here is just really brutal and it tears up tires. So if you went ultra gummy, I think you're gonna be blowing through a tire within a lap, or at least one race you're going to be done with the tire. This I'll still be able to ride quite a bit afterwards. So I got new brake pads in there, just keep them fresh. Bulletproof stuff's all old. New Trailbound tuggers just to keep it looking good because I got the new plastics on there. Trailbound Bronco, grabber strap on the front. Yeah, the new plastics. I went with the orange up front, black in the back. Usually do black or gray, so I just figured switch it up a little bit. I think it's looking good. Here's my GPS mount I've got set up. on the ram ball mount. I added a little bit of foam under there because sometimes they'll tilt when you're racing, and this kind of just it's like a stop but not a hard stop. I also added a little foam there just in case the GPS kind of comes back and pushes on this. I'm not sure, we'll see how it works. But new throttle cable, so this thing is crisp, love that. Changed my jetting just slightly for the hammers. It was running a little bit too snappy for this terrain. Like you can see, it's just really rough, and if the front tire's jumping around, it's a little hard to ride. So I kind of tamed it down a little bit, and then I also added a tooth. So I've been trying a new gearing. So the gearing I've been trying is a 50-12. Typically on this XC, I really like the 1352, but I went to the 12-50, but it was a little jumpy out here. So I went to a 49 tooth, and that has been feeling really good for this riding. So I would recommend kind of doing something like that if you're thinking about racing this race. I don't know what that goose was, but yeah, got a new Moose shifter on it. These are like the hammerhead shifters. They bend a little bit, but they don't snap. I think it's a good quality. I like them a lot better than the Tusks and a lot better than the stock. Got some new full wrap fork guards just to protect those stanchions from all the rock dings. You don't want to be replacing those on the ride. Fork shrink blacked out, looks good. Old radiator guards. Oh, and then I've got the S3 pipe. I just happen to have one of these. Normally I ride the FMF pipe, but I'm gonna give it a shot and see how it works. See what the power feels like and see how it dents up. So this will be it's gonna be dented after this race, I'm sure. But other than that, that's what I've got going for this bike. And yeah, this is going into the race. Looking forward to it. If you guys have any questions on the bike, let me know down in the comments. Cheers.